Welcome out to the Starkville, Mississippi. A beautiful day, beautiful Saturday afternoon for some college basketball alongside Charlie Curley. I'm John Wesley Cochran. We've got a matchup with Mississippi State taking on Southeastern Louisiana, taking a few-hour drive from Hammond, Louisiana to come to the Humphrey Coliseum. Charlie, Mississippi State last time at home, they get their first game of the season win, but they fall last week on Monday night to a neutral site game against Iowa State. Taking it back from North Alabama, Mississippi State has a slow start in the first half, but they end up turning it on in the second half. What did you see from game one?
Yeah, game one, obviously that slow start, and then the slow start in the second half as well. It actually was down 9 early in that second half, but this is a completely new team, a lot of chemistry needing to be built, and they figured it out towards the mid to end of that second half. Offense was working, defense was aggressive, and so a really clean back half of the second half of the first game of the season.
Yeah, so Mississippi State, they go on the road. They play in a neutral site against Iowa State on Monday night. They started off the first half kind of hot, back and forth action against the Cyclones, but then the second half, they get away from them. Turnovers were the main story of the night.
Yeah, I mean, that first half, State had 15 turnovers in the first half alone, and we're still only down, I believe, 5 at half. And so we take that all day, and then turning over to the second half, it was just the same story. It was turnovers after turnovers after turnovers, and not only that, the offense was just stagnant. We've got to find out, and I think these teams especially, these lesser teams, the opponents that we're going to take care of, we have got to find a way to score the ball without Josh Hubbard on the floor, because that was the problem against the Cyclones and a little bit against North Alabama as well.
Exactly that. So Mississippi State, they end up following that game 96-80, but now Mississippi State, their third game of the season, looking to correct some things, still trying to find out the lineup and everything, but who's kind of your main guy that's other than Josh Hubbard, because Josh Hubbard's a given. He's already off to a hot start here with this season, averaging 26 through the first two games. Who's kind of your next guy up past Hubbard that you think needs to step up here in this game?
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Epps is a guy that came to the portal and we knew he was going to be huge, and I know he's battling injury now, didn't play in the game against Iowa State. But Jabari McGee has been such a huge addition to this team already in the first two games. Defensively and offensively, he's averaging 10 points so far. Came off the bench the first game, started that second game against the Cyclones, and so with Jaden Epps, I believe still not playing, Jabari McGee has got to step up both defensively and offensively for this team.
Exactly that. So with that, we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for the start of the tip-off here in just a few minutes. You're listening to Mississippi State basketball on BSSN. And we are just moments away from tip-off here in the Humphrey Coliseum. Mississippi State taking on Southeastern Louisiana Lions. Mississippi State with their starting lineup. First, we'll start off with the visiting team. Ethan Pickett, the point guard for the Lions. Our guards and small forward C.J. Booker, Jaden Lawrence. Lawrence, the leading scorer for this team, 11 points per game, 5 rebounds. And our two forwards are Jeremy Elizy and Isaiah Gaines. They both average around 7 points per game. And for Mississippi State starting lineup, Charlie, take it away.
Yeah, two guards, Jabari McGee, Josh Hubbard. Those are going to be the two guys. Two leading scorers for this team, 26 points for Hubbard and 10 for Jabari. Then you got Sean Jones playing that guard/forward spot. Chor, that power forward. And then Quincy Ballard, that starting center for Mississippi State.
Yeah. So we are almost set for the tip-off. Mississippi State wearing the all-white uniforms with maroon lettering, and it will be darkish gray with yellow lining in between for Southeastern Louisiana. And Quincy Ballard tips it back, and Josh Hubbard catches it. He'll start off point guard, takes a screen from Achor. Dribble drive inside the lane, pump fake, turns around. He's trying to find an open teammate, finds Jabari McGee. Drive in the lane. He kicks it into Sean Jones Jr., backing him down on the right far block. 10 seconds on the shot clock. McGee takes a screen, drives inside the lane. Jump shot off the mark, and 0 for 1 to start the day for Mississippi State.
Really good defense there from Southeastern Louisiana. Really active hands all over the place.
Hubbard guarding at the top of the key. Elizy kicks it over to Pickett. Now Elizy driving inside the lane with the left hand off the glass, off the mark, rebound Ballard. Now Mississippi State on the fast break. Hubbard dribbling down the left side. He takes the screen for Ballard. Going to pull up three-pointer at the top, off the mark. Tipped out of bounds on the left far side. Out of bounds on Southeastern Louisiana, Mississippi State basketball. That'll be sideline out of bounds? No, excuse me, rather. It'll be Lions basketball.
Whoa, hold on. No, they pointed. They said it was state ball, and then...
Yeah, okay. I thought I was right there for a second, but...
Yeah, that was a smart play from Southeastern Louisiana. Just stand there and let the ref give me the ball. And it worked, but quickly fix it. Clearly state ball there.
Yeah, I mean, you could see the referee on the near side clearly point Mississippi State basketball. So Sean Jones inbounds it to McGee on the left near wing. He drives in with his right hand off the mark, kicks it over to Hubbard. Hubbard pull up J right over the free throw line and knocks it down for the first points of the game. 2-0 with 18:51 to play and a stop clock to tie the shoes for the Lions.
Yeah, just that's Josh Hubbard's bread and butter. Any sort of off the dribble shot. Right there, a little bobble of the pass, a low ball, but able to retain it. One dribble pull up. Nothing but net for Josh Hubbard.
Josh Hubbard finds a spot and splashes it home. Now it'll be Elizy driving with his left hand and kicks it out. Now Elizy tapped the key, guarded by Achor. Swings it over to Lawrence. Lawrence, a deep three, bottoms out. And just like that, the Lions take the lead over the Bulldogs, 3-2, 18:35 to play. Hubbard driving over the right side of the lane. He's backing down his defender on the left far block. Turns around, pump fake. His short right-handed hook shot is off the mark. Rebound Southeastern Louisiana. Now Lawrence swings over top of the key. Elizy crossover dribble guarded by McKee. Now switches over. Now a big steal from Sean Jones Jr. on the fast break with the left hand. Switches over, reverse layup, kisses it off the glass. The Bulldogs take the lead 4-3 with 18 to play in the first.
Such a good move there from Sean Jones. Gets the steal, then has two guys on each side of him, and that slow Euro just loses both of them for a free layup.
Now Booker drives inside the lane, kicks it over to Elizy. Now Elizy drives inside on Achor, maneuvers his way and kisses it off the glass for the easy two. 5-4 Lions over the Bulldogs. Lions switch to the 2-2-1 press. Now Achor dribbling inside the lane, kicks it out to Sean Jones in the left corner, and he's stolen. Now the Lions on the fast break. Lawrence goes up with a layup, and he's fouled. So 7:24 here in the first half with Southeastern Louisiana with a 1-point lead, 5-4 over Mississippi State, as The Lions get a steal, and Lawrence goes up with the right hand on the fast break. He is fouled, so now he'll have 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, and early here from State, it's kind of carrying on from last game. It's turnovers. Those are some careless turnovers early, 2 straight. You've got to be careful with this ball. Doesn't matter what kind of level of competition it is. If you're just gonna throw some bad passes, low passes, cross court passes, it's like you're gonna get steals like that. And so, if you're State, don't be so sloppy with it. Take care of the basketball.
Exactly that. Jaden Lawrence, coming into this game, the leading scorer, 11 points per game. He's already has 4. 1 3-pointer made, and he made his first free throw, and he makes his second. So 7 of 4, Southeastern Louisiana, and they switch to a 2-2-1 press, staying in it now. Sergey Makura checks into the game. Now Makura crosses half court. Now he swings up top. Now Delquan Warren here in the game. He's on the right wing. Kicks it inside to Quincy Ballard in the mid-post. He drives down baseline, but a foul is called on Isaiah Gaines. A push on Gaines, and now Mississippi State will have the basketball underneath the basket.
Yeah, I think that's what State's got to do a lot more of is get it down low. We recently we've been living and dying by the 3 ball in these first 2 games. I'd like to see us get it down low. Quincy Ballard's huge.
And a great pass from Delquan Warren finds Sergey cutting inside the lane with the easy left-handed layup. Bulldogs with only 6 points, down by 1 with 16:52 to play in the first half. Lions showing some heavy, aggressive defense and making some high-efficient looks. Now Booker driving inside the lane with the left hand. He dribbles out, closely guarded by Delquan Warren. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Warren playing great defense. Booker drives inside the lane with the right hand, off the mark, gets his own rebound. Quincy Ballard gets the defensive rebound, so now Bulldogs with the basketball. Now Hubbard, far side right wing, he drives hard with his right hand, dumps it off to Sergey. He goes up, but he's blocked by Lawrence. Now fast break for the Lions as Lawrence pulls it out and slows down the game.
And that's been Sergey's problem at the start of the season. He just does not go up very strong. Smaller guy right behind him is able to block that shot. You got to go up stronger when you're a 6'9" power forward like Sergey.
7-6 CeeLo up by 1 over Mississippi State. 15:55 to play in the first half. Now Booker drives inside the lane, spin loom, fadeaway jump shot off the mark, rebound Bulldogs.
Great defensive possession there from Josh Hubbard.
Sean Jones kicks it up top to Hubbard. Hubbard swings it over to Warren. Warren trying to find Ballard inside the lane. A pump fake 3-pointer off the mark. Rebound Ballard, but off the mark he is stolen. Now rebound Lions. That'll be Pickett to swing it over to Booker. Now Booker slows down the tempo with 15 seconds on the shot clock now. 15:22 to play in the first half. Sergey guarding Lawrence up top. Now swings over to Booker. Booker just in front of the free throw line, off the mark, rebound Ballard.
Playing good defense. We just got to turn it into some points here. Offense is stagnant right now.
Hubbard driving inside the lane, fadeaway off the glass with the right hand and kisses it in. Bulldogs now take the lead with that fadeaway floater. 8-7, Mississippi State, 15:06 to play in the first half. Josh Hubbard leading the way with 4 points. Bulldogs trying to find a little bit of a rhythm. And, I think that and one basket right there with Josh Hubbard might be it for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Really good. I mean, right as I say, we need some points. There's no better man to give the ball to than Josh Hubbard. Drives in, gets a little shove from the center and fading back, throws it right off the glass and in.
Exactly.
Got to keep that rolling.
Yeah, I think Josh Hubbard, over time, Josh Hubbard is not the tallest offensive player here on the squad. He's listed at 5'11", I believe, and
he's not that.
He's not 5'11", but he's learned to find that hook shot, that floater shot off the glass, and he's got unbelievable touch. With that, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just about a minute and a half for more Bulldog basketball. And we're back after the timeout. Mississippi State leads 8-7 over Southeastern Louisiana. 15:06 to play in the first half. Josh Hubbard with the and one basket with the right-handed floater, and he converts on the three-point play, makes his free throw. Now Mississippi State moving into a man-to-man press. Looks like a diamond press to me. Now Southeastern Louisiana breaks the press. It'll be Delquan Warren to guard up top. Now Sean Jones Jr. with the second steal of the game. Takes it coast to coast with the two-hand slam.
Yeah, that's just Sean Jones down to a T right there. Active hands, gets the steal and the slam. Man, he's so good defensively.
Huge steal for Sean Jones. Now Forrest in the game. He pulls back. He swings it over to Idem. Idem gets it inside to Jones. Jones kicks out to Elizy. Elizy driving inside the lane. Goes up tough with the left hand. Rebound Sergey Makura. Now Josh Hubbard on the fast break swings it over to Sean Jones. Dribble handoff to Delquan Warren. Tried to lob it up, but deflected and stolen by Southeastern Louisiana. That ball was toting tight line, or tightrope around the far sideline and goes out of bounds. So Mississippi State basketball.
Yeah, Delquan I think was going to the oop up top for Davis Fleming, but way too low of a pass, especially for the distance they had to travel, and so get that up next time. Davis Fleming would have slammed that home.
Now Bulldogs on the floor. Delquan Warren, Davis Fleming, Hubbard, Sean Jones, and Makura. So Sergey swings it inside to Delquan Warren. He kicks it outside to Hubbard. Hubbard thought about it. Pump fake off the mark on his three-pointer. Now rebound Southeastern Louisiana, and a foul called on Davis Fleming. Appears to be a loose ball foul.
Yeah, we've gotten two straight offensive rebounds and just not securing the ball well enough, and it's getting tipped and stolen. We're getting these good offensive boards. Just got to hold on to them, finish them up top, and then right there, it's a good shot from Hubbard. That's a shot we'll take 100% of the time. Didn't fall, but it will start falling, and so that's a good offensive possession.
Charlie, I failed to pronounce Sergey's last name right. It's Matsura, the transfer from Serbia. So Sergey Matsura. Now Booker with a deep three-pointer off the mark. Rebound Davis Fleming. Now here's Jaden Epps now checks into the ball game. Here's on the fast break. A dribble drive with a floater with the right hand and gets it in. Now Jaden Epps with his first points of the game. Already scoring a few points without even playing a minute.
Yeah, this is who we need to see be more active, especially with the Josh Hubbard-less minutes. Jaden Epps is a guy that can score the ball so well. He led his team in scoring last season, now comes over to State, so expecting big things.
Now fadeaway jump shot for Miles. Rebound Mississippi State. Now Warren swings it inside to King Grace, but he's out of bounds. That left foot caught him on the jab step, tried to drive baseline, but King Grace gets caught out of bounds. Mississippi State leads 13-7 over Southeastern Louisiana. 13:09 to play. Bulldogs looking to find their lineups, find a rhythm to get their second win of the season. Bulldogs 1-1 this season, trying to look for their second win at home. Now Elizy cuts inside the lane, finds a wide open teammate. Miles, catch and shoot three-pointer, knocks it down. 13-10, Mississippi State. High pressure defense now for the Lions. Now Jaden Epps, right wing. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Swings it over to Hubbard, top of the key. A bounce pass over to Matsura. Matsura drives inside the lane with the right hand, but he's sent 5 rows into the bleachers. Charlie, a tough drive on a couple of defenders right there, but wasn't able to get enough elevation on his shot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was going for a shot or an alley-oop. I'm a little confused by it, but nonetheless, sent it up to the fourth row of seats, and so
12.5 to play here in the first half. 13-10, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hubbard takes the pass, drives inside the lane, swings it over to King Grace with a wide open three-pointer catch and shoot. Off the mark, rebound Lions.
Yeah, those are shots that we've got to knock down. You can't get a more open look than that. We've got to start making those.
Elizy swing pass across the court, finds a wide open Forrest for a wide open three-pointer catch and shoot. Knocks it down to tie the game, all knotted up at 13, and Hubbard double teamed in the left near side corner, and he calls a very smart timeout right next to the Bulldog bench. So all tied up, 13-13, 12:02 to play in the first half, and just like that, Charlie, we're at a tie ball game.
Yeah, it's just sloppy, and then it's not taking advantage of the possessions that we're having right there offensively. You cannot get a more open look than a wide open three, no one near you, and it's just a miss. And those are shots we've got to start knocking down. We've got to start making. Because outside of that, really the only person they're concerned about shooting that three ball is Hubbard, and you can tell how they play defensively. They are as tight on Hubbard as can be, and then these other guys are slacking off, almost daring them to shoot because they're not making these opportunities. And so if you're State, you've just got to start making shots. We've got plenty of open looks, and then, offensively as well, the passing's got to be tighter. It's got to be better. A lot of sloppy passes into the lane and around the three-point line has allowed for multiple tipped balls and steals going the other way.
Yeah, so just like that, Southeastern Louisiana off to a 6-0 run here in the past 45 seconds. With that, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in a minute and a half. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball on BSSM. And we're back, all knotted up, 13-13, 12:02 to play in the first half. Mississippi State on offense. We have a 2-2-1 press coming in from Southeastern Louisiana. Now Jaden Epps in at point guard, swings it over to King Grace. Now back to Epps. Epps at the top of the key with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Swings it over to Hubbard. And he is fouled as he catches the ball just short of the half-court line. I thought he was about to be called for a half-court violation, but nonetheless, a foul called on the Lions.
Just another sloppy pass. If you're going to make that pass to Hubbard, take a couple dribbles over, make it a shorter distance to pass. That's from one side of the wing to the other. That's way too much distance and an easy steal for someone who's quick.
No doubt. Epps, a close bounce pass to King Grace. Now swings it back over to Epps. 2-3 zone in now for the Lions. King Grace gets it inside to Brandon Walker. Brandon Walker with a right hook off the glass, off the mark. Now Davis Fleming gets the rebound and goes up and is fouled. So now it'll be Davis Fleming, the freshman forward, now to have two shots at the line with 11:30 to play in the first half.
Yeah, you're going to beat a 2-3 zone by getting the ball inside and forcing that zone to collapse inwards. And right there, King Grace had the right idea of getting it inside. It was a sloppy pass, but it ended up getting there. And then from there, able to get up a decent-looking shot. It doesn't fall, but then Davis Fleming able to get the rebound, put it up, and get fouled and get two shots.
So Mississippi State, 40% from the field tonight, but 0% on three-point shots as Davis Fleming goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Mississippi State still looking for that first outside perimeter jump shot to knock down. Now top of the key with Elizy. Elizy drives inside the lane on Brandon Walker with a teardrop floater and knocks it down to take the lead 15-13 over Mississippi State. And a turnover from Hubbard. He's double teamed. Now fast break with the Lions. and a foul on Josh Hubbard. It will be on the floor, but Mississippi State gets a turnover due to the press defense from Southeastern Louisiana, and they continue to go on this 8-0 run in the past minute and a half.
Yeah, it's carried over from last game of this Iowa State team. It's just sloppiness, man. Sloppy passes, just sloppy all around on the offensive end, and you're just keeping teams in the game. Like, that's all it's been. It's just been our own mistakes, letting teams stay around, hit a big three, take the lead. And so if you're Chris Jans especially, you've got to tell this team to lock in offensively, especially on the passing side of things, because every pass it seems like it's just sloppy.
Jalen Forrest at the line knocks down the first free throw to go up by 3 points, 16-13, 11:03 to play. As Forrest gets set and rattles in for the second. 17-13, 11:03 to play, and the Lions continue to play in this press defense. Jabari McGee now dribbling the ball up the floor with 11 minutes to play. Double team coming in. McGee gets it inside to Hubbard. Hubbard, a fadeaway catch and shoot jump shot off the mark. Rebound Lions. Now passes it up the court to Forrest. Forrest inside to his teammate Elizy. A rebound, goes back up with it, and rattles in the basket. And with that, the Lions go up by 6 points, and Jans calls a quick timeout.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Hubbard, not a bad look. The fadeaway shot just doesn't fall, but then the transition defense was nowhere to be found. Southeastern Louisiana just gets ahead of it, passes it up the court, and then instantly it's a fast break dunk that was missed, and then the rebound finish put down. And so if you're State, you've just got to wake up. They're playing sloppy, they're playing slow, and a team like this, Southeastern Louisiana, this is like their Super Bowl, right? They're 0-3, they have nothing to lose. They're playing in a big SEC game, and they're giving it everything they have, and right now they've got a 6-point lead.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's a 12-0 run here in the past 2 minutes. Mississippi State has been stagnant, to say the least, on offense, and it's been largely due to these turnovers that Mississippi State continues to give up, and it's just following over from last game against Iowa State. So Mississippi State down by 6 points, 19-13, 10:43 to play in the first half. Josh Hubbard to inbound for the Bulldogs. Hubbard finds Sean Jones breaking three, gets it up to Quincy Ballard, who's standing wide open at the block for the easy jam.
Yeah, finally understanding they're playing so tight, you can get that separation deep. Really good from Sean Jones.
19-15, Bulldogs down by 4, looking for a spark on offense. Now Elizy backing down McGee, gets it inside to his teammate. Now back outside for a wide open three-pointer for Booker, off the mark, rebound Mississippi State. Now Jabari McGee finds a chore at the top, swings it over to Jones. Jones to Hubbard, catch and shoot three. Off the back iron, rebound Bulldogs. Sean Jones at the top of the key, catch and shoot three. Bottoms out, and the Bulldogs tack on 3 more to go down by 1 point. 19-18, 10 to play in the first half.
Crazy to think that Sean Jones is going to be the first one to knock down a 3 for State this game, but Sean Jones, man, he's elevated his game offensively from last year, you can already tell.
No doubt. Now Jones drives inside the lane, but he's called for a foul. Jabari McGee. So I'm not sure if that was on the floor, if he was still on the basket, or if he was attacking the basket whenever he went up with it. So it appears that it'll be an inbound underneath the basket. So foul will be on the floor. Bulldogs down by 1 point. Lions up 19-18 over the Bulldogs. Now to be Forrest to inbound for the Lions. Finds a teammate, catch and shoot pump fake in the far side corner, drives inside the lane. Jones kicks it outside to Booker. Booker top of the key, guarded by Sean Jones Jr. 10 seconds on the shot clock, drives left, spin move, kicks it over to Miles. Miles catch and shoot. Off the mark, rebound Bulldog basketball. Now
Possession here, down 1.
So Makai Miles with the foul. Now Mississippi State now back on offense with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Delquan Warren maneuvering inside the lane. Tried to lob to Quincy Ballard, but deflected on the pass. And it was last touched by Quincy Ballard. Tried to maintain possession, but A turnover nonetheless for Mississippi State.
Yeah, again, if you're Delquan there, you've got a 7-foot-tall Quincy Ballard. Throw that way up high. He threw that low enough to where the guard guarding him was able to jump up and grab it. Just throw it up. Throw it up super high and let the 7-footer get up to that point and get it and grab it and throw it down.
So now Pickett drives with his left hand, cross-court pass over to Booker. Booker drives inside the lane, drives middle, now kicks it back outside. Now to Forrest. Forrest finds a wide open Booker in the short corner and knocks down the catch-and-shoot three to go up by 4 points, 22-18. Lions up on top of the Bulldogs. Delquan Warren drives downside the right side, kicks it over to Sean Jones with a wide-open catch-and-shoot three off the mark. Rebound, Southeastern Louisiana.
Like I said, those are shots you've got to knock down. You've got wide-open threes. You've got to start making them.
Now stolen by Delquan Warren. Throws a behind-the-back pass to a wide-open Jabari McGee, but he couldn't gather the basketball. So a turnover for Mississippi State after the steal from Southeastern Louisiana. So now it'll be Forrest at the top of the key. We're going to get a screen from Idom. Now pick and roll. Now Booker, his pull-up jump shot is off the mark. Rebound Mississippi State, 22-18. Bulldogs down by 4 with 7:50 to play in the first half. Jabari McGee trying to find Delquan Warren. Closely guarded by Forrest. Swings it over to Sean Jones Jr. He drives right side baseline. Swings it back over top of the key to Achor. Achor with a deep three-pointer off the mark. Rebound Southeastern Louisiana.
It's just without Josh Hubbard in the game, the offense just seems like it doesn't know what's going on. I mean, Achor jacking up a deep three is never going to be the shot we look for.
Now great defense from Jabari McGee. Somehow Southeastern Louisiana able to maintain the ball, but goes up with the layup off the mark. Rebound Bulldog basketball. Up top to Sean Jones Jr. on the alley-oop. And Sean Jones slow to get up. Fast break with the Lions. Swings it over to the right near side corner. Pickett catching 2-3 off the mark. Rebound Achor. And with 7 minutes to play, the Bulldogs look to slow down the tempo.
Yeah, we've got to finish. It sounds like I'm an alarm clock with how much I keep saying it over and over, but we've just got to finish shots, make opportunities.
Warren drives inside left hand, kicks it outside to Sean Jones, swings it over to Chor. Catch and shoot three and knocks it down to close the gap by 1 point. Mississippi State down by 1, 22-21. Southeastern Louisiana leads with 6:41 to play. And Mississippi State defense able to get some momentum, get some turnovers. Bulldogs finally starting to make a few shots, close the gap a little bit. Southeastern Louisiana on a 2-minute scoring drought. Charlie, what does Mississippi State need to do here in this last 6 or 7 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a young, fresh team, right? Everything's new. You just got to keep building chemistry, and right now, that's why things have looked sloppy towards this beginning of the season. It's just we're literally rebuilding an entire squad. And so if your State just keep on getting open looks, they're gonna fall. We're getting some good looks offensively, and just they're not making them. It's as simple as that. So if your State just knock down the shot, you're getting open looks, you're having good ball movement, knock it down, and then clean up the mistakes, the sloppiness, the bad passes, the turnovers. If you clean all that up, this game will be a blowout by the end of the half.
Yeah, right now the story of the day so far is Mississippi State is not making shots. Southeastern Louisiana, they're starting to make a few shots. Mississippi State hasn't been able to shoot from outside the arc really the past few years. Josh Hubbard's been their only scoring threat beyond the three-point arc. So right now, Josh Hubbard having a slow start to this game, only 5 points. Sean Jones Jr. leading the way with 7 points. Mississippi State offense just needs to wake up. You can see their aggression on defense, but right now, just can't click on both sides of the ball. So with that, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a minute for more Bulldog basketball. 6:41 to play here in the first half. And we are back 22-21. Southeastern Louisiana leads over Mississippi State. With a 1-point lead, Southeastern Louisiana yet to have a win this season, looking to get a big win over an SEC team just a few hours down the road in Starkville, Mississippi. Now, Bulldogs looking to get their second win of the season over the Lions. Now, top of the key, swings it over to Booker on the right wing. Now, Booker dribble drive. He's closely guarded by Davis Fleming. No time left on the shot clock, and a shot clock violation. Great defense from Chris Jan's Bulldogs team. And Bulldogs able to stop this Lions basketball squad so far on offense, a near 3-minute scoring drought.
Yeah, I mean, such a good defensive possession. The active hands, talking through those screens, switching every single screen, and then you get Davis Fleming on the point guard, and he just sends that thing back. Shot clock violation. Great play from State.
So Delquan Warren dribbles with his left hand, but he's fouled by Esahadi on the left wing. Esahadi from Wellington, New Zealand. Long way away from home. So now Bulldogs inbound the basketball after the reach-in foul. 6 minutes to play, down by 1 point. Delquan Warren, right wing. Crossover dribble, drives inside the lane. Loses his dribble, but Achor able to get the rebound. Goes up with it off the glass, but he's fouled before the basket went in.
Yeah, fortunate break there from State. Ball falls into Achor's hands. Good move, gets fouled. Can't see if they're saying 1-on-1. Yeah, I believe it's going to be a 1-on-1 here for Achor.
Achor 3 points so far. He had the second three-pointer of this afternoon. He has 3 points. This will be his first free throw attempt of the afternoon. A 1-on-1 knocks it down. So Bulldogs tie up the game, all knotted up, 22-22. 5:50 to play in the first half. Achor, the starting center for tonight. Able to get the second one home. He goes 2 for 2 from the line. So with that, Mississippi State takes the lead 23-22 with 5:45 to play here in the first half. Josh Hubbard playing defense at the top of the key over Jones. Jones trying to find Lawrence. Lawrence now with the ball at the top of the key. Back over to Jones. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Swings it over to Lawrence. A deep check, catch and shoot three-pointer. Rebound Hubbard. Now Hubbard on the fast break. Crossover dribble. Drives in the right side of the lane. Kisses it off the glass and in. And Hubbard with a nice touch to go up by 3 points.
Josh Hubbard, just his ability to finish for being a smaller guy. High off the glass. Just such a good shot.
Now Booker drives inside the lane, off the mark with the right-handed floater. Rebound Josh Hubbard. Finds Brandon Walker cutting inside the lane, but his left-handed layup is off the mark. Rebound Lions. Now on the fast break. Jones drives inside the lane, kicks it back outside to Booker. His catch-and-shoot three is off the mark. Rebound Walker. Now Jabari McGee swings it over to Achor. A handoff to Hubbard. Hubbard finds him on the pick and roll. Tried to find a bounce pass to Brandon Walker, but another turnover for Mississippi State.
Yeah, just sloppy right there. You have a guy wide open in the corner and you're forcing it down low. Someone who's guarded. Just sloppy basketball there.
Lawrence thought about a step back three. Gets it inside to his teammate. Lawrence goes up with the right-handed layup. And off the glass and in. And now he has a three-point opportunity after he's fouled by Achor. So with that now, here's that Jones will have one shot at the line. Excuse me, Jeremiah Elizy. So Jeremy Elizy with 8 points so far on the night. Pretty efficient. 4 for 6 so far as he lines up for the free throw attempt. And his free throw is good and ties up the game, all at 25 now. Jaden Epps in for the Bulldogs. Matsra, Hubbard, Epps, Jones Jr., and Walker in the game for Mississippi State. Heavy pressure defense for the Lions. Swings it over to Hubbard. Hubbard finds Brandon Walker. Pump fakes. Goes up with the right hand and in. Bulldogs now lead by 2, 27-25. 4:10 to play in the first. Now top of the key with Jeremy Elizy. A pump fake from Jones. Swings it over to Booker on the right wing. Rebound. Sean Jones Jr. after the miss. Now Hubbard on the fast break. Loses his dribble. And Lawrence gets the turnover. Now Booker lobs it up. And what a catch from Pickett. After he lobs it up. Unable to dunk it, but he's able to one-hand grab with the right hand and kiss it off the glass.
Again, it's just the sloppiness from State there. Josh Hubbard just dribbled it off his own foot. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's something that shouldn't happen, but just dribbles it off his own foot. And then right there, fast break. And yeah, very good alley-oop finish there for Southeastern Louisiana to tie the game back up.
So all knotted up at 27 with 3:48 to play. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with just a few minutes left to play here in the first.
And we are back here in Starkville, Mississippi, Humphrey Coliseum, as Mississippi State is tied 27-27 with Southeastern Louisiana. Mississippi State been a little stagnant on offense so far, looking to turn things around here to round out this first half. 3:48 to play here. Jaden Epps will inbound the ball. Gets it into Sergey. Still running that 2-2-1 press here, Southeastern Louisiana. They've got to get it across court. It's about 5 seconds left. Dumps it off to Sergey. Sergey has it looking underneath to Brandon Walker. Posts up. Spin move right. Goes up with it off the mark. Rebound Southeastern Louisiana.
And we're back now. Now Jones at the top of the key with 20 seconds on the shot clock. 3:15 to play here in the first half. Pickett in the right near side wing. Kicks it now back top of the key. Jones thought about a three. Takes the pick. Now swings over to Lawrence, top of the key. Elizy, fadeaway jump shot, rebound, Sean Jones.
Another great defensive possession there from State, forcing up a contested, not so high percentage shot.
Now Hubbard drives inside the lane, but he's fouled by Lawrence.
Yeah.
So Josh Hubbard, he'll have two shots coming up at the line.
Yeah, Hubbard just really aggressive off that defensive possession, takes it right in, gets fouled before the shot. Had a nice little finger roll finish, but it won't count.
So Hubbard now at the line. Hubbard with 7 points on the night. Knocks down the free throw. That'll be his second free throw made of the night. He had a three-point play opportunity earlier in the game. So now Hubbard lines up for the second, gets set, and goes 2 for 2 on the line on this trip to take a 2-point lead, 29-27 over Southeastern Louisiana. 2:45 to play in the first half. Far left wing, Lawrence gets it inside to Booker. Booker guarded by Hubbard. Booker drives right elbow, stops on his dribble, and knocks down the pull-up jump shot.
Yeah, that's such a tough bucket for CJ Booker. Contested, heavily contested by Hubbard. Step back, knock down the shot. Really good there from Booker.
Bulldogs break the press. Sergey Masura kicks it over to King Davis. Or King Grace, rather. And as he drives inside the lane, he's fouled. So with that, he'll have 2 shots at the line now in the double bonus.
Yeah, King Grace is someone I'd like to see ramp it up a little bit more. He had such a score out of high school, and now here at State, I'd love to see him kind of develop and turn into a big piece of this offense. You know, this team could always use more scorers, someone to help out Josh Hubbard, and so King Grace is someone I'd like to see turn into a really, really good scorer here for Mississippi State.
No doubt about it. Consensus 4-star prospect out of high school. So came from Dallas, Texas. So he gets set for the second and knocks it home to go up by 2 points. 2:15 to play, 31-29. Bulldogs on top of the Southeastern Louisiana Lions. Jones breaks the press, goes up with a right-handed floater and rattles it in.
Yeah, that's just way too easy. You've got to lock up earlier there. Let him drive all the way into the paint before we even put a body to him. Easy floater there.
Bulldogs break the press. A skip pass to King Grace. King Grace finds Jaden Epps on the left corner. Catch and shoot 3. Knocks it down to go up by 3 points. A back and forth basketball game here in the Humphrey Coliseum this afternoon. 31 points now for the Lions. Bulldogs have 34. Now Jones drives inside the lane, goes up with the left hand, but he's fouled by Jaden Epps as he came in on the double team. But he caught him on the wrist, so it'll be Elizy to have 2 shots at the line.
Yeah, I like what I saw from Jaden Epps there, both on the three-pointer and then defensively the three-pointer. That's what we need to see from Epps. That's why we picked him up in the portal. He's a lethal scorer. He's done it his whole career. And then defensively, sliding over, yes, he fouled him, but that's such a great he slid over from the corner all the way down to the paint, able to contest that shot, which would have been a free layup. He ended up fouling, but still, just great awareness to be able to step over there and contest that shot.
Great point there, Charlie. So Elizy able to connect on the first and goes nothing but net on the second. So the Lions down by 1 point, 34-33. Mississippi State with the lead. Jaden Epps inbounds. He'll take it up the floor now. Swings it over to Sergey Matsura. Now swings over to King Grace across the court. He's double teamed now on the baseline. Grace gets it inside to Matsura. Goes up with the left-handed floater, but misses it. Kicks it out after he gets his own rebound. Now King Grace, a catch-and-shoot three-pointer. Splashes it home. Now Mississippi State with a 4-point lead, and right now a 4-point lead feels like a long time since we've had a 4-point lead here in this game. 37-33, minute left to play. Top of the key, catch and shoot three-pointer off the back iron, deflects it out. Now rebound Lions, they get an offensive rebound. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now Booker with a deep three-pointer off the mark, rebound Matsura. Jaden Epps, double team now in his own half court, gets it to Matsura. Crosses half court, swings over to Grace. Now Bulldogs looking to slow it down. 35 seconds on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. Davis Fleming now at the top of the key. Swings over to Epps. Epps, dribble drive. Now left corner three. King Grace is short, but he's fouled. And Pierce Jones now for the Lions is upset. Seth Jones didn't think he fouled him on the jump shot, but nonetheless, 3 shots coming up for King Grace.
Yeah, this will go unnoticed, but King Grace on that backdoor cut, I mean, made, I can't remember who that was. I think it was Lawrence. I mean, hit the floor, fall over. He crossed him up without even needing the ball. No one noticed it, but that was absolutely crazy.
Wow. Charlie with the big find right there. He's looking at all things on the court. 38-33 after the made basket on the first. Now 39-33 after the second made free throw for King Grace. Now a few new Bulldogs hit the table. With Delquan Warren to sub in for Jaden Epps. It appears that Sean Jones Jr. looking to substitute for King Grace. He'll take the shooter. He'll substitute the shooter at the free throw line, King Grace. King Grace now with 8 points. And Charlie, like you said, this is somebody that we wanted to be more involved on the offense. And with not many minutes so far in this game, he's done exactly what you asked for.
Yeah, absolutely. King Grace, a prolific scorer out of high school. And so coming out here, a freshman obviously has a lot of time to develop and learn, but we need him scoring the basketball.
So 40-33, last shot now for the Lions. Three-pointer off the mark. They get an offensive rebound. Appears to be Elizy. He gets the rebound and goes up, and he's fouled. So with 2 seconds on the game clock, down by 7 points, a missed three-pointer in an offensive rebound, and Elizy has 2 shots coming up. Jeremy Elizy leads the way with 11 points so far here in the first half.
Yeah, just a silly foul there from State. The foul isn't necessary if you just get the board. And right there, jacks up a deep three, trying to just make something at the end of the half, and then you give up a bad rebound, get fouled, and now they have a chance to get 2 points.
So Elizy hits the first one of the 2 shots. State leads 40-34. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Elizy gets set and nails the second one to go to make it a 5-point game here in the Humphrey Coliseum. 2 seconds here in this first half. Josh Hubbard setting up near half court. He's double teamed already. Sean Jones going to hurl it down the court to Jabari McGee as that deflects off of the fingertips of McGee. That goes out of bounds. So Bulldogs unable to get anything with the last 2 seconds, but nonetheless, they jump ahead as they were down multiple times early here in the first half, but they take a 5-point lead going into the locker room. Down by 5 points, 40-35. Mississippi State, very, very slow start. Kind of lackadaisical. You can see they're maybe a little lethargic, maybe a little slow, but it's been pretty much all by committee. It hasn't been necessarily one person that has dominated the game so far for Mississippi State, but right now it's been thanks to a lot of help from the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh Hubbard not having the start that he normally has had these past 2 games, but guys like King Grace and Jabor, not even Jabor McGee, but I believe it's Achor Shore, Davis Fleming, all of these guys putting in work, helping out. Jaden Epps has knocked down a big 3. Just a lot of guys, coming into the game off the bench and scoring, helping out Josh Hubbard, and that's what we need more of, is when Josh Hubbard may not be on, because let's face it, there's not a player in the world that can be on every single night without fail, especially in college. And so who's going to step up and be able to put in some points, put in 10, 15 points to help out Hubbard if he only has a night where he scores, 15, 17 points?
Yeah, exactly that. So Josh Hubbard, he has 9 points, not his most efficient half, 3 for 8 from the field. But right now, it's been Sean Jones stepping up on defense, and maybe some of the other guys like Jaden Epps, who we haven't been able to see here in the past 2 games, but we've seen him be able to jump in and get some good minutes here so far early. So with that, Mississippi State takes a 5-point lead going into the locker room. And with that, we're going to take a quick timeout for halftime, and we'll be back after all the performances and be back for the start of the second half. And we're back for the start of the second half. Mississippi State with a 5-point lead over Southeastern Louisiana. It'll be Josh Hubbard, Jabari McGee, Sean Jones Jr., Quincy Ballard, and Chor, the starting lineup back in the game as Jeremy Elizy drives baseline with the left hand, goes up, and dribbles out of bounds. So Mississippi State defense already with the turnover. They'll have the ball as the Lions still in that 2-2-1 press defense. Jabari McGee slings it over to Chor. He finds Sean Jones on the right near side wing. Jones finds a cutting Jabari McGee. Now he's able to save it as he goes out of bounds. Now top of the key now with Sean Jones. He dribbles inside the right lane with his right hand. Now Jabari McGee, a step back jumper, baseline shot off the mark. It's just short. Rebound Lawrence for the Lions. Now Jeremy Elizy slings it over to Pickett. Now top of the key with Booker. Booker calling for a screen from Elizy. Now Elizy pops out, gets the ball, slings it over to Lawrence. Lawrence guarded by Chor. Lawrence dribbles outside and bounce pass over towards Elizy. Elizy drives with the left hand, goes up on two guys, and he's blocked by Chor. A rebound by Hubbard. Hubbard double team just short of the half court line. A bounce pass inside to a Chor. Chor drives right side with his lane and kicks out back over to Hubbard. Hubbard, top of the key now with the Chor. Chor slings over to Jabari McGee with 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's being closely guarded. He slings it over to Sean Jones Jr. He drives, kicks outside to the catch-and-shoot corner with a Chor. His three-pointer is off the mark. Rebound, Booker.
Yeah, not a bad shot there from State. The Chor's been making some threes. Good shot, just didn't fall.
Now Booker, retreat dribble, now top of the key, swings it over towards Gaines. Now Gaines guarded by Ballard. He goes one-on-one, drives inside Ballard, kicks it outside to Booker. Now Booker top of the key with 7 on the shot clock. Now Lawrence one-on-one with a Chor. A one-dribble jump shot on the three-point line, and he's fouled by a Chor.
Yeah, and a Chor, that's just a bailout foul. You played great defense. You contested well, but you didn't give him space to land. So right there, if you're a Chor, just contest, put your hands up. If he makes a shot like that in your face, he does. But you can't overextend the way he did. And now you give Lawrence 3 free throws.
So with that, that'll be the first foul of the game for a Chor, but it's a costly one. 3 shots at the line for Lawrence, and Lawrence coming into this game as their best scorer. Not the type of guy that you want at the line if you're the Bulldogs. As Lawrence able to knock down the first one, and he goes 2 for 2. Now he has one more after he's fouled on the three-point shot. Mississippi State up by 3 points, 40-37, 7:51 to play here in this ball game. As Lawrence able to rattle in on the third free throw attempt to go 3 for 3 from the line to make it a 2-point ball game. So Hubbard inbounds to a Chor. Now a Chor nearly double teamed as he's able to get it across half court. Great ball handling from the center. Now Jabari McGee at the top of the key takes a screen from Hubbard with 15 on the shot clock. Now Jabari McGee guarded by Lawrence slings over to Sean Jones. A dribble handoff to Hubbard. Hubbard on the right wing dribbles it to the elbow. Now kicks it over to Sean Jones. The catch and shoot 3. And Sean Jones Jr. with his second made three-pointer of the night with 10 points, leading the way for the Bulldogs in scoring.
Yeah, Sean Jones is having a heck of a game, and I said in the last broadcast, if Sean Jones can continue to develop that corner 3, he's open almost every single possession in the corner for 3. And his past few seasons with State, he just has not been a good shooter, to be completely honest, and it's been affecting us greatly. But this season, he's been much more willing to shoot that 3 ball, and he's knocking it down a lot more efficiently.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that he's put in the work in the offseason, and it's starting to pay off here in the third game of the season as Mississippi State is looking for their second win here in the Humphrey Coliseum and to start the season. Now, great defense to the Bulldogs. A big steal from a Chor. Now Hubbard on the fast break, driving left wing. Now inside, able to kick it out to Sean Jones. Back over to Hubbard. Hubbard, a one-dribble three-pointer long, and a rebound for Southeastern Louisiana. Now Lawrence in the far right corner. Slings it inside to Gaines. Gaines up on two people. Kicks it outside to Booker. Booker, top of the key, three-pointer catch and shoot off the mark. Jabari McGee now with the rebound. Slings it over towards the right corner with Hubbard. Hubbard dumps it off to Quincy Ballard, but he bobbles it and coughs it up. Now Booker on the fast break with the Lions. 16:20 to play. Bulldogs up by 5 points. Now Booker catch and shoot three-pointer off the mark. Rebound to Chore.
Yeah, Ballard's got to be better there. He gets a great pass from Hubbard and bobbles it and costs a possession. You've got to be ready for that.
Now inside to Ballard. Ballard with the left-handed floater off the mark and short. Bulldogs still with a 5-point lead. 16 to play in the second half. Bulldogs looking to close it out and pull away, but now the Lions are able to keep it within that 5-point range. It's been a back-and-forth game all afternoon here in the Humphrey Coliseum. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Lawrence, guarded by Jabari McGee, slings it over to Gaines. Gaines, guarded by Sean Jones, closely guarded, and a shot clock violation, the second one of the day. And Sean Jones Jr. right at the helm to lead the charge on defense.
Yeah, another just great showing there from Sean Jones. Great defensively, and right there, he didn't bite on the pump fake, stayed down on his feet, just contest the shot, force him to jack up a deep three-pointer off the mark. But then offensively there, Ballard's got to be better. I mean, you catch it down low, you see the double team, you have Hubbard in the corner wide open. You choose to go with the hook shot, which isn't a bad idea. You have the height advantage, but you just got to make it. No one really able to contest you, and you just throw it off the front iron. So you've got to take advantage of that. If you're going to go put that shot, make it. If not, kick it out to the corner and have the corner three.
Yeah, and that's happened with quite a few different players on this team. Like we've seen Ballard, we've seen Achor, we've seen Sergey, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just lack of skill, maybe clumsiness. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Maybe it's just something that this team is looking to find chemistry, and maybe it's just because everybody's transferring in, everybody's still trying to find their rhythm. But right now, it's those costly turnovers and those costly missed opportunities that are keeping Mississippi State from being the team that they should be. With that, we're going to take a quick timeout as both teams talk over game plans. We'll be back in a minute for more Bulldog basketball. (43-38) Mississippi State with a 5-point lead over Southeastern Louisiana. 15:33 to play here in the second half, and Bulldogs looking to close it out. Bulldogs defense has turned it on. Southeastern Louisiana offense on a 2-minute and 19-second scoring drought here in the second half. Bulldogs have Davis Fleming, Sean Jones Jr., Jaden Epps, Sergey Matsura, and Josh Hubbard in on the court.
And this is a lineup that they put in the first half as well, and this was one of them where Jaden Epps really stepped up big and had a couple buckets, hit that three and that layup, and so I'd like to see if this is a squad that they're going to run more often, this rotation right here. I'd like to see this rotation put in some good minutes.
No doubt about it. Appears we have a 3-2 zone defense now for the Lions.
Beautiful.
And they get Davis Fleming in at the high post and find a Sergey Matsura cutting down the baseline on the back cut for the easy reverse layup.
Such a good possession there. Get it up top, right at the free throw line. The backdoor cut from Sergey, wide open for the reverse.
45-38, 14:50 to play in the second. Now Jones driving in for the Lions in. Goes up on two different defenders in a rebound. Mississippi State. Josh Hubbard on the fast break finds Jaden Epps on the right wing. Hubbard, top of the key, thought about a three. Now he's going to pull it and knocks it down. Josh Hubbard with the three-pointer. Now our leading scorer with 12 points. And Bulldogs have a 10-point lead. Charlie, I think this is the largest lead of the game now for the Bulldogs.
It absolutely is, and Josh Hubbard probably should have taken the three the second he caught it, hesitated, and then said, I've got to let it fly, and knocks it down.
Pull-up jump shot on the right elbow for Forrest. Knocks it down to make it an 8-point game. Now Hubbard tried to split defenders, lost the dribble, but he's fouled on the bump. Appeared to be Miles on the foul. So Bulldogs will have the ball, I believe, sideline out of bounds after that foul, as they'll have to bring in the mops after Josh Hubbard falls on the floor. So 48-40, 14:06 here in the second half. Sean Jones to inbound. He finds Epps on the left corner wing. 17 on the shot clock. He takes a screen from Hubbard. Retreats down to the right wing. He dribbles inside middle. Almost lost his dribble. Finds Sergey. Goes up with the right-handed floater and in. 50-40. Bulldogs lead by 10. 13:45 to play in the game.
This is what we've been wanting to see from Sergey. It's down low and finish. The first two games, he just was not able to finish down low at all. And back-to-back floaters there from Sergey. He's going to have them all he wants.
Great offense now. Finding Sergey, the Serbian transfer. Plays great defense, but Forrest loses his dribble, but nonetheless, as he drives inside on Sergey Matsura, and Matsura is charged with the foul. I'm not sure what the call was.
That's a really, really bad call. He slipped on his own 2 feet. You can see the replay clearly here. Just slips and falls.
No.
And Sergey just fell on top to grab the ball. They call the foul on Sergey. He didn't touch him.
Crowd in the Humphrey Coliseum is not happy with that. A little high-low action with Gaines and Lawrence.
Ball don't lie.
Lawrence misses the layup. Now Hubbard on the fast break, dribbling fast with the right hand. Dumps it off to Epps on the catch-and-shoot three off the mark. And defensive rebound now for the Lions. And Jones dribbles down the left wing, flings it over to Gaines. Gaines going to drive in with the right hand, off the glass with the right hand and in. 50-42, Bulldogs lead by 8 with 13 minutes left to play in the second. Slings it over to Hubbard. Hubbard catch and shoot three now with Sean Jones Jr. in the right near side corner and knocks it down. Sean Jones Jr., ladies and gentlemen, 3 for 4 from the three-point line tonight, and he's balling out for the Bulldogs on offense and defense.
I believe they gave him a 2 for that as toe may have been on the line, but nonetheless, Sean Jones developing that shot.
Love to see it. Now missed three-pointer from Lawrence now for the Lions, an offensive rebound. Now Jones in the corner, his three-pointer's off the mark. Rebound Matsura. He loses the rebound, and the Lions are able to fall on the basketball, and it's a jump ball call.
Yeah, I think Chris Jan's having some frustration right now with not being able to just corral these rebounds. Yeah, he's going to take Sergey out. Sergey there has the rebound. He does his job, but just the sloppiness of not understanding that it's still a live ball in the sense that immediately the Southeastern Louisiana guys just corralled him, and he wasn't ready for it. Drops the ball, bobbles it, nearly lost possession, and so Chris Jans immediately subs him out.
Yeah, I don't want to say that it was a lack of it looked like it was a lack of urgency, after whenever he was able to get the rebound. But nonetheless, inbound to Delquan Warren, and he loses the dribble, but he's fouled. So Bulldogs will inbound sideline out of bounds. It'll be Davis Fleming, Delquan Warren, Jabari McGee, Jaden Epps, and King Grace in now for the Bulldogs. Isaiah Gaines, Jones, Pickett, in Forrest, and Jeremy Elizy in for the Lions. 10-point ball game here in the Humphrey Coliseum. 12 minutes to play here in the second half. Jabari McGee at the top of the key. A dribble handoff to King Grace now at the top of the key. He takes a screen from Davis Fleming. He retreats. A dribble handoff to Jaden Epps. Epps takes a screen, drives right side. He loses his dribble. now on the right wing. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's looking for a shot. Step back three-pointer. In and out. Rebound Davis Fleming. He gets the rebound, but he's pushed and fouled by Pickett. It'll be Ethan Pickett charged for the personal foul. And Bulldogs will have the ball underneath the basket when we come back. Bulldogs up by 10 points, 52-42, 11:46 to play here in the second half in the Humphrey Coliseum. We've got a ball game here in the Humphrey Coliseum. Bulldogs up by 10 points, looking to pull away over the Southeastern Louisiana Lions. Mississippi State 1-1 on the season, looking for their second win of the season and their second win at home here to start off in the season. It'll be Delquan Warren to inbound to Davis Fleming. Davis Fleming loses the ball in a turnover for Mississippi State.
Yeah, that's so sloppy there. Delquan had a free layup, but he knew that he was a short guy in the paint and passed it up when he didn't need to. He had a floater ready to go, and that's just State giving up, leaving points on the board.
So a pump fake and a drive goes up with the right hand with Pickett, and he's fouled. And so he'll have two shots coming up at the line.
Yeah, if you're right there, you inbound it. King Grace gets it, loses it, gets it back. King Grace had a dribble, didn't use it, dumps it off to Delquan for a wide open layup, and Delquan, knowing he's an undersized guy in the paint, I guess just had some hesitations, had some doubts. Tried to get it to Davis Fleming, but instead just a bad pass in the paint. It's hard to give bounce passes, short bounce passes in the paint. Guys are going to have active hands and knock them loose, and that's exactly what happened.
So just like that, it'll be Forrest to knock down the first free throw. That makes it a 9-point game. It's been a back-and-forth game, and this is the first time that Mississippi State has had a somewhat substantial lead here in this game, as that free throw made from Forrest makes it an 8-point ball game here in the Hump. So inbound to King Grace. And now it'll be King Grace at the left wing. Now top of the key now with Jaden Epps. He dribbles with his right hand. Kicks it outside to Delquan Warren. Drives inside with the middle. Kicks it out to Jabari McGee with 7 seconds on the shot clock. And drills the three-pointer to go up by 11 points with just under 11 minutes to play in the second half. Swings it over to Pickett. And a turnover by King Grace. Now Delquan Warren, a give and go. Now with King Grace, right-handed layup off the mark. Rebound Lions. Now fast break. A three-pointer pull-up for Forrest. off the left iron. Now rebound Delquan Warren on the fast break. He finds Jabari McGee. McGee drives in with a left hand, but he's fouled as he goes up with the shot.
Yeah, Jabari McGee really good off that fast break. Just take it in, go up strong, gets the foul call. Jabari's going to get 2 free throws here. State's doing really good of getting the ball up and ahead after a missed shot from Southeastern Louisiana, getting it ahead, getting it out in transition, and letting your transition offense work.
So McGee, he takes a few dribbles, spins it, comes set, and the first free throw is off the right side. State still leads with 11 points, 55-44. Chris Jan subs in a host of new Bulldogs. We now have Quincy Ballard, Delquan Warren, Josh Hubbard, Jabari McGee in the game for Mississippi State. And appears to be trying to see who else is on the Sean Jones Jr. in the game. It'll be Jeremy Elizy. It'll be Jalen Forrest, Jones, Lawrence, and Isaiah Gaines. Now Lawrence drives to the left elbow. He stops. He picks it up. Now gets it inside at the high post with Gaines. Gets it inside. Now swings it cross course to Forrest. A left elbow jump shot with the shot clock nearly expiring. Knocks it down. 10-point ball game with 10 minutes to play. 56-46. Bulldogs on top of the Lions. It'll be Delquan Warren at the left wing. He's closely guarded by Isaiah Gaines. He dribbles back. Swings it over to Hubbard now at the top of the key. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Delquan Warren left wing. Takes the screen from Ballard. Drives to the left elbow. Now driving baseline. Slings it over to Sean Jones. Sean Jones with the right-handed floater. Off the mark. Rebound Southeastern Louisiana.
Yep. Quincy Ballard just kind of stands around the whole time. He didn't set a screen there. He just kind of sat around the free throw line and paint and just watched. Ballard's got to be more active in this offense, especially as a big 7-foot guy.
Great point there, Charlie. 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Lions. Swings it cross court now inside to Isaiah Gaines. Off the mark, blocked by Ballard. Great defense from the center. Now Josh Hubbard with the defensive rebound. Now double team. Now slings it across court with Sean Jones cutting inside the middle with the right-handed floater and gets it to go. Now 58-46. Cross-court pass up ahead over to Jeremy Elizy with the right-handed reverse layup, and he's fouled as he goes up with it.
Yeah, State's just got to get back there after a made bucket. There's no reason why a deep pass should work over our head. Sean Jones tried to tip it, but it was too late. You make that basket, just get back, set up your defense, and get ready to go, but instead kind of just sluggish getting back, and Southeastern Louisiana takes advantage of it.
So it was not a foul on the shot. It was a foul on the floor, so it'll be an inbound underneath the basket left near side. It'll be forced to inbound for the Bulldogs. But great defense from Jabari McGee on the steal. Goes up with the right hand and gets it to go. 60-46. 8:45 to play. Southeastern Louisiana fires again. Tries to shoot a catch and shoot three-pointer on the left corner. Now Hubbard on the fast break. Gets the defensive rebound, kicks it out to Jabari McGee. A catch and shoot three, right corner, off the mark, spins out. Rebound, Lions.
Yeah, Jabari McGee really good defensively, gets the layup, and then right there, that's an open look, in and out. We'll take that all day. Those shots will start to fall as the season goes on.
No doubt about it. Very great defensive player and offensive player. Finds a wide open Forrest. It was Jeremy Elizy who was getting double teamed in the corner. Finds Forrest right underneath the basket for the easy two to make it a 12-point ball game with 8:10 to play. State leads 60-48. Charlie, what does Mississippi State need to do in order to close out this game in the final 8 minutes?
Yeah, just continue doing what they're doing right now. Offensively, they're finding the open shots. They're getting good looks. You just got to continue to execute. And then defensively, they've done so good in the second half of having active hands, being all over the place, and rebounding. You know, the first half, there's a lot of second chance points that were happening just off of not rebounding or maybe getting a rebound and not corralling it and not securing it. And so State's done a super good job of doing that. And so closing out this game, just continue doing what you're doing, get the open looks, and knock them down.
Exactly that. And really, the whole story of right now is that Mississippi State hasn't had to do good on offense. It's because their defense has been their offense for them.
Yeah, and that's kind of been the story of Chris Jans as his tenure here at State. It's just been really strong defense, and because I mean we don't score crazy points. 60 points with eight minutes left isn't a crazy number, but like I said, we're holding Southeastern Louisiana to 48, and so it's just great defense produces offense, especially if we can get out in transition and get our transition offense going. And so if you're State, you just got to keep having strong defense, getting out in transition, getting ahead of it, and allowing Josh Hubbard to work.
Yeah, exactly. Coach Jans, his motto and his identity for this team is defense. And he said to all of his players, if this is what you want to do, if you want to play on this team, your ticket to playing on this team is defense. And that's been a lot of the case for some players that may not have had playing time so far this season, is because they're not willing to commit to the identity of this team in being a strong defensive unit altogether. With that, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a little bit for more Bulldog basketball. And we are back 60-48, 8:09 to play here in the second half. Heavy pressure defense for Southeastern Louisiana. Sergey Matsra now with the ball, slings it across the court to Jabari McGee. Now top of the key with Sean Jones. Now Hubbard resetting the offense with 12 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles left side. Now bounce pass over to Davis Fleming. Now wide open Sean Jones Jr. And the story of the night continues. Drills a three-pointer, his fourth made three-pointer of the night. The leading scorer with 17 points. Charlie, wouldn't have expected that if you asked me if Sean Jones would have four made three-pointers.
Yeah, never. I mean, Sean Jones, like I said, the defensive plan for him from Southeastern Louisiana seems to be we're okay with letting Sean Jones Jr. shoot the ball, which would not have been a bad plan last season, the season before, and even the start of this season. But this game, Sean Jones has just been lights out.
Now Mississippi State on offense. A missed three-pointer for the Lions. Now Josh Hubbard takes a deep three-pointer off the mark. Sean Jones goes up for the offensive rebound, but he's shoved in the back from a player for the Lions as we look to see who that player was. Nonetheless, a foul, and Mississippi State will have the ball underneath the basket when we come back. Bulldogs up 63-48, 7:08 to play in the second half. 7:08 to play here in the second half. Mississippi State leads 63-48. Jabari McGee to inbound underneath the basket near side for the Bulldogs. Gets it into Matsura. Now Hubbard on the right wing. Takes a screen from Davis Fleming. Now he's double teamed at the top of the key. Finds a wide open Sergey Matsura. Goes up with the two-hand jam, but he's fouled.
Yeah, and Sergey struggled to finish underneath the rim all season long. Right there, gets fouled. Probably still should have finished it, but nonetheless, we'll take it all day. But Sergey, much better game so far. Had two really good floaters there. I think he had another layup as well. Just a lot more aggressive today, and especially finishing the shots that he's getting.
So Sergey gets set at the line, and he can't knock down the first. So still 63-48, 6:58 to play here in the ball game. Bulldogs looking to close it out and go 2-1 on the season. Sergey gets set for the second and rattles in. So 64-48. Now Bulldogs moving to a man-to-man press. There's a few substitutions now for the Lions for Southeastern Louisiana. It'll be Forrest to inbound now for the Lions. He finds Booker now on the right side. He'll dribble up the right side of the court, guarded by Jabari McGee. 6:50 to go. 64-48. Mississippi State leads. Now left wing, now with Lawrence. He finds Gaines in the mid-post. He backs down Davis Fleming, but a great defense. 7 seconds on the shot clock, and he finds Booker cutting inside the lane for the easy floater and the easy two.
Yeah, Josh Hubbard just got lost there defensively. His man completely unaccounted for, and a free floater for Southeastern Louisiana.
Break the press, now find Josh Hubbard in the left corner. A step back three, bottoms, and takes a nice little high five from Chris Jans on the sidelines, right there in front of his head coach to take a 17-point lead. Now three-pointer now for Jones, off the mark, an offensive rebound. Finds Forrest cutting inside the lane, goes up with the left hand, off the mark. Rebound, Lions. Now Forrest going to take a pump fake, now drives inside, floater off the mark. Another offensive rebound, goes up and is fouled. Jones gets the offensive rebound, and just probably 3 consecutive rebounds for the Lions, and finally pays off. They get the foul and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, and Jans, I think, immediately going to get Sergey out. Here comes Brandon Walker. Sergey again has a rebound, loses it on the way down. I think that's 4 or 5 this game from Sergey alone, where he has possession of the ball and can't corral it when he brings it back down. It's just, that's something Sergey's got to work on. He's one of the biggest guys on this team. He's going to be getting a lot of boards, and he has just got to find a way to secure the ball on the landing.
Right. So Chris Jans, his 3 favorite things: guys that can play defense, guys that can rebound, and guys that can make 3-point shots. And if you're not doing those, he's probably not going to have you on his floor. So the first one is good to go for Forrest. Cuts it to a 16-point lead now for Mississippi State as Matsura, Jones, and McGee take a seat. A few new faces checking in for Mississippi State. It'll be Davis Fleming, Brandon Walker, Jaden Epps, Hubbard, and King Grace on the floor for Mississippi State. Second one is off the mark. Rebound Mississippi State, but bobbled by King Grace, and he is down. Davis Fleming. He couldn't handle the basketball, and he falls down. And it appears to be appeared to be shaken up pretty bad right now, Charlie.
Yeah, it looks like he slipped on his way down. I don't know if his leg gave out or what, but it seems as if he fell to the ground trying to corral in that rebound, and he does. He seems hurt on the play. Jan's walking over now.
Yeah, obviously this is not what you want to see. We don't want to diagnose anything, but right now it's not looking too good for Davis Fleming on the floor right now. So Mississippi State leads 67-51, 5:45 to play. We're going to step aside real quick on this injury timeout. We'll be back in just a few minutes. we're back after the injury timeout. Davis Fleming able to be helped off by a few coaches. Makes his way over to the bench. And with that, Lawrence able to knock down his first free throw. Cuts it to a 15-point lead for Mississippi State. Gets set for the second and misses it. Rebound Sean Jones. Now King Grace on the fast break. Dribbling down the left wing. Kicks it over to Jaden Epps. Back over to Grace. Now back on the wing. Now top of the key with Sean Jones. Now right wing with Hubbard. Gets it in the mid-post. Backing down is Brandon Walker. Backing down on the near block. Goes up with the right-handed layup. Off the mark. Gets his own rebound. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Goes back up with it, and it's fouled. Brandon Walker, back-to-back offensive rebounds. Goes up with the right-handed layup, and is fouled. So he'll finally get a shot at the line.
Yeah, Brandon Walker goes up initially, makes a good move, just didn't finish. Probably should have knocked that down, but then his ability to not give up on the play, works back, gets the ball, gets up, gets fouled.
Brandon Walker, 5 minutes on the night. Only 2 points as he gets set for that first one. That first free throw and off the mark. Only 2 points, 1 for 5 from the field. Just hasn't been able to find his rhythm just yet as a Bulldog. But you got to think over some time that he'll get a rhythm as he gets set for the second and knocks it home. 68-52, 5:15 to play in the second half. Bulldogs are going to close it out and go 2-1 here on the season. Now mid-post, it'll be Brandon Walker and Jaden Epps to double team. Finds a wide-open teammate cutting inside is Miles. Miles goes up with the left hand and up high, kisses it off the glass and in. Now Hubbard will slowly dribble the ball as he's guarded by 2 people. Lob pass over to Jaden Epps now on the right near side wing. 68-54, 5:40 to go in the game. Takes a screen from Brandon Walker at the top of the key. Now pops.
He got away with
Brandon
the travel.
Walker. Walker going to back down his defender. Now nearly stolen. Back up top to Epps. Epps going to pull up and take a deep three-pointer. Air ball, but a rebound from Sean Jones and a shot clock violation. The first one of the night for Mississippi State's offense.
Yeah, there's a couple turnovers that State got away with there. Brandon Walker traveled after he got the ball, didn't call it. But then right there, just a stagnant offense. Ball never really got to Hubbard at all. When that happens, it tends to not go well. And Jaden Epps forced to take a contested fadeaway 3, air ball, and then Sean Jones gets it. Had a chance to get a shot up, but wasn't really aware of the clock, and shot clock violation.
So 68-54. Now with Jones for the Lions, dribbling the ball up the floor. He's on the top of the key, guarded by Sean Jones, the leading scorer of the night for Mississippi State. He has 17 points. Now a top of the key three-pointer shot by Gaines off the mark. Rebound McGee for Mississippi State. A cross-court pass over to Jaden Epps. But as he was cutting, his pass was just behind him. So a turnover for Mississippi State's offense. And now it'll be Southeastern Louisiana basketball with 3:55 to play when we come back. Bulldogs up 68-54 over the Lions. And we're back now, 68-54, 3:48 to play. Now Gaines at the top of the key, a dribble handoff to Forrest. Forrest drives in with a right hand off the glass and in. 68-56. Now Bulldogs are going to close this game out up by 12 points. Hubbard passes it up ahead to the leading scorer, Sean Jones Jr. on the right near side wing. And Isaiah Lawrence knocks it out of bounds. So Mississippi State basketball with 17 on the shot clock, 3:27 to play in the game clock in the second half. Sean Jones on bound in the backcourt to Hubbard. Hubbard takes it up across half court. He's guarded by Lawrence. Sizes him up, drives in with a right hand, kicks it out to Brandon Walker. 5 seconds on the shot clock. A deep three-pointer off the mark. Rebound, Lawrence for the Lions.
Yeah, Brandon Walker looked pretty comfortable shooting that three ball in and out. Not a bad shot. Obviously, we don't want our center taking the three, but it looks like he's capable of making it if need be.
No doubt about it. Brandon Walker, a leading scorer at Montana State. Now looking to do the same as a Bulldog. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and Elizy knocks down the two. Now stolen is Josh Hubbard after he tries to pass it in, and immediately stolen. So with 20 seconds on the shot clock, the Lions call a timeout. So down by 10 points, 2:45 to play, and head coach for the Lions, David Kiefer, calls a quick timeout, trying to put together a game plan to make a comeback, only down by 10 points.
Yeah, and right there, that Josh Hubbard's weakness these first year games have been turnovers. He had 7 in the last game, and I don't know the count right now, but I've seen at least 4 or 5, and so Josh Hubbard just not great passes right there on the inbounds. There's no reason to try and pass that into the corner when you know there's a guy there. Worst case, call a timeout, draw up a play to inbound it, but silly mistake, and now the Lions hang it in there, down 10 with 2:45. Anything can happen. So we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, this wouldn't be the first time that we've seen a team making a ball game close with only a few minutes to play in the game. But with 2:45 to play, that's plenty of time for any team in college basketball to make a run. And, basketball that's just how games work. It's a game of runs. And right now, Southeastern Louisiana is on a 6-0 run over Mississippi State. They inbounded to Forrest. Now top of the key is Gaines. Gaines gets it over to Jones. Jones dribbles right wing. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Forrest, left wing, gets it inside to Gaines. Now give and go with a right-handed layup to Lawrence. Right off the right side of the glass on the reverse layup. So an 8-point game. Mississippi State leads 68-60. 2:20 to play. They get it inside to Jabari McGee. Man-to-man press. He's nearly double-teamed now. Lawrence nearly called for a travel as Jabari McGee. Now Jaden Epps drives inside the lane. He's stripped and stolen by Jones. Now fast break with the Lions. Elizy dumps it off to Gaines and gets the easy two. Now just like that, it's a 6-point game with 2 minutes to play.
Yeah, we said it, guys. I mean, if you continue to have bad passing and bad defense, you're going to see what happens right there. Bad passing there, turn the ball over again. Jaden Epps not careful with the ball, gets stolen down the court, easy layup, and then all of a sudden there's a 10-point lead. It's a 6-point lead and only 40 seconds off the clock, so there's plenty of time for a comeback here for Southeastern Louisiana.
So, Charlie, you got 2 minutes in the game. Mississippi State has a 6-point lead. If you're Chris Jans, what are you telling your team right now?
You're telling them to close it out, to lock in offensively and defensively, especially on this press. They're going to be man pressing from here on out. Make smart passes. Find the guy open in the middle. We've got to stop. They're doing these deep passes, trying to just beat this press in one big leap, and it's just that's not how pressing works, especially if it's a good athletic team like Southeastern Louisiana. So you just have to make the right passes, get it up the court, run the offense. You only need, if we score 2 more times, this game's over. You just gotta push it out a little bit further. You don't have to score 10 points. 4 to 6 points will win this game for State.
Up by 6, 68-62. 2 minutes to play here in this close match of Mississippi State versus Southeastern Louisiana. It'll be Jaden Epps on the left wing. He'll dribble up to the top of the key, guarded by Lawrence. He calls for a screen from Ballard. He takes the screen, dribbles left side, takes up, pulls up for a floater with the right hand and drills it
Beautiful possession there from Jaden Epps. Uses the screen, kind of shifty inside the paint, waiting, stay very patient, finds the floater. State extends the lead to 8.
70-62, a minute and a half to go. Drives inside is Elizy with a left hand. Off the mark, gets his own rebound, goes up with a left hand and in. 6-point game, a minute 22 to play. Jabari McGee gets it over to Jaden Epps. He's double teamed in the corner, but he's fouled by Lawrence.
Yeah, defense is just very, very stagnant as of late right there. I mean, only person in the paint was Quincy Ballard. So, of course, when there's two guys down low, someone's going to be open, and they get a free layup. Bring the lead back to 6, but now we get fouled. Jaden Epps going to have 2 free throws to hopefully extend this lead back to 8.
Jaden Epps with 7 points on the night. Hasn't shot a single free throw here in this game. Mississippi State 13 for 18, 72% as a team tonight. Jaden Epps gets set for the free throw, and no doubt about it, knocks it down. 71-64, minute 17 to play. Bulldogs only have 1 timeout left here in this ball game. One timeout for Southeastern Louisiana as they look to play the time game, and Jaden Epps gets set, knocks down the second. So 72-64, minute 15 to go. Jones dribbles down the right wing, now dribbles cross court, kicks it over to Lawrence. Lawrence going to pull a three-pointer with a minute 08 to play. Off the mark, rebound Hubbard. Great defensive rebound. He's triple teamed and stolen by Lawrence. Gets it back up as Elizy and goes up for the two-hand slam. 72-66, 55 seconds left in this ball game and rolling. Hubbard gets the ball inbound to Sean Jones Jr. as they try to dribble the ball up. He's double teamed, slings it cross court. He's deflected and stolen now by Forrest. Forrest kicks it over to Jones on left wing. Cross court pass, but he's stolen by Jabari McGee, and he's immediately fouled by Lawrence.
Yeah, I don't know what Sean Jones was thinking there. Just tried to go from one side of the court to the other, threw it from rim to rim. Not even close, intercepted, but Jabari McGee, such a big steal there, jumps up way high to grab it. It's going to have himself 2 free throws. State has really struggled against the press all game long, has forced a ton of turnovers.
Exactly that. Mississippi State has tried to dribble out of the press. They've tried to make long passes, more difficult passes out of the press, and it's caused a lot of turnovers, more turnovers than we would like for this team, 16 on the night. But nonetheless, Southeastern Louisiana has more turnovers than us, so that helps in our situation here. But nonetheless, Mississippi State still leads by 6 points, 72-66 with 38 seconds left to play in this ball game, and every second counts, Charlie.
Yeah, and this is why you play these, out-of-conference opponents. It's getting us ready for these conference games, especially with a new squad that we have. And so thankfully we're playing lesser competition early, but come SEC schedule, and even some of these later out-of-conference teams, I know we have Georgia Tech. We have some tougher out-of-conference opponents coming. We have got to clean up the turnover. 17 this game so far. I think we had 21 or 22 against Iowa State. It's just stuff like that will not work against better opponents because, right now, an 0-3 team, we're only up 6 with 30 seconds left. We're playing a better SEC opponent or a better out-of-conference opponent. It's going to be hard to win with 17 turnovers.
Exactly. Cannot turn the basketball over in the SEC, and Jabari McGee's free throw is off the mark. The 1-on-1, no good. Now going coast to coast, swings it past, appears to be a foot on the line 3, off the mark, an offensive rebound for the Lions. Goes back up as Elizy. He bobbles it, gets his own rebound as he was deflected. He went up with the layup. It was blocked. He got his own rebound, and he slung it across towards the baseline, tried to find a wide-open teammate, but he slings it out of bounds. So Mississippi State still with a 6-point lead, 72-66, 21.5 seconds on the game clock. As the shot clock's already taken off, Mississippi State trying to close out this game. Josh Hubbard to inbound, and he already calls a timeout because he couldn't find an open teammate.
Yeah, State had really good defense on that last possession, forced up a kind of a bad shot, multiple bad shots, bad 3 in the corner, bad layup, and then you see the deflection, the tip. State rocking and rolling now, 20 seconds left. Can close this thing out with one more good possession.
That's right. With that, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back with 21.5 seconds to play here in the ballgame. (72-66), 21.5 seconds left to go, and Sean Jones to inbound finds Jabori McGee, goes over the right hand and off the glass and in. 74-66, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bulldogs looking to close it out. Right-handed reverse layup off the mark and misses it, but goes back up and kisses it in. So 74-68, 11 seconds left. Gets it into Jaden Epps, and he's fouled. So with 10 seconds on the shot on the game clock, Jaden Epps will have a 1-and-1 at the line, I believe.
Yeah, Jabor McGee really good there off the inbounds. Has it one-on-one, really strong finisher. Those are tough layups to make, one-on-one contested. Knocks it in. Now Jaden Epps a chance to extend the lead to 8 with 10 seconds to go.
So Epps on the night has 9 points on 17 minutes. It's been a pretty wide range of minutes given for everybody, as Epps misses the first of the 1-and-1. Epps looking to tack on one more to get double-digit scoring on the night. So a few guys pretty close to that double digits. We have Hubbard with 15, Sean Jones with 17, Matsura with 7, Epps with 9, as Epps gets set and knocks down the second of the 2 shots. So now he has 10 points on the night, 75-68, as Booker drives in with the right lane, goes out on his right knee. So with 4.5 seconds left, Mississippi State just needs to inbound and close it out.
Yes, they do. Really good possession there from Josh Hubbard. Good block.
So Hubbard gets it into Jabori McGee, and he'll dribble it out. And Bulldogs will lead 75-68, and they improve now to 2-1 after they fall last week earlier this week to Iowa State. So they go 2-1. Charlie, Mississippi State finally able to pull away sometime in the second half to finally get a commanding lead. What was your standout player of the day?
Yeah, I mean, Sean Jones Jr. has got to be the answer. He's always there for defensive prowess and defensive energy. But, man, offensively, he just sat himself in that corner and knocked down almost every three he had. Just very efficient tonight, this afternoon, knocking down shots, which is something that Sean Jones, we don't expect from him. You know, Sean Jones scoring anything is a benefit to us, and it's only bonus because you know good and well Chris Jan's game plans to have Sean Jones score maybe 2 to 4 points per game, but you have Sean Jones scoring 17 points. That's going to be huge, especially if this is a consistent, outing. Maybe not 17 points, but consistent double digits or low double digit scoring is still huge for the state team. Having a guy like Sean Jones who brings so much defensively, also be able to produce offensively.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And Mississippi State ends the game with 28 points from the bench, and so a few guys stepped up tonight. King Gray stepped up, Sergey Matsura, and a few guys that played their part tonight in making sure that Mississippi State could pull away with the victory. So that'll do it for us in the hump tonight. 75-68. That's all for us. Alongside Charlie Curley, I'm John Wesley Cochran saying so long from the Humphrey Coliseum.